So QAnon is some kind of internet conspiracy thing. As you may know, I don't go to those websites or deal with loons on the internet. Never do, never will. It's a colossal waste of time. Every sick, demented person in the world lives on the internet. And why do I want to go in there and deal with that? I don't. Okay. So now the House of Representatives says, we're not going to vote on stuff today, March 4th. We're going to vote yesterday. So they put votes, they moved votes up because they're afraid that QAnon, whoever they may be, all right, is going to do something heinous in Washington today. Why today? Because March 4th was the traditional day of the inauguration up until 1933. Back in the 19th century, early 20th century, the president was elected, but they didn't swear him in because it's too cold until March 4th. But that changed. FDR changed that. However, the QAnon believers, whoever they may be, I don't know who they are. I don't know anybody who knows one. I've asked around, do you know any QAnon people? No, nobody knows any. All right, so anyway, the believers claim that Donald Trump is sending them secret messages and that he's going to show up today to be inaugurated, or some insane thing that nobody on earth could believe except the House of Representative leadership. That's Nancy Pelosi. Now, she doesn't believe it. She doesn't even know who QAnon is. All right, but she seizes this because she knows the media will pick it up, as they have, and send a message, oh, QAnon's coming for us. They're coming for us. All right, now, apparently, I had my staff do some research. QAnon was formed in 2017. They believe that there's a satanic cult of pedophiles that run the world or something. I mean, it's, don't. Okay, so in 2020, last year in July, Twitter banned any QAnon people because they were just too crazy. That was really the beginning of the censorship. But, you know, in this case, when you get that far out, I think companies can look at that and say, you know what, maybe we have a separate category. If you'd like to hear lunatics rant, this is the category you go to, something like that, all right? And I also have my staff look at the Justice Department stats about QAnon, as we did with the white supremacy stuff about a week ago. So in 2018, there were 2 QAnon followers arrested. People who said, yeah, I'm a follower of QAnon. 2. That was in 18. 19, 3. Last year, 7. Now, apparently there were some QAnons who broke into the Capitol. I'm not exactly sure how many, but there were some that did. Again, I don't know if this is a club. Do they have dues? I don't know. I doubt it. I think it's just people say, oh, I want to be a QAnon person. You know, it's been going around for years. They have secret societies in Europe, you know, all of that stuff. So, all right, now, the House cancels its vote, sends out to the media, we're canceling our vote, we're afraid of QAnon, they're going to come. Now, the Senate totally ignores all this. That should send you a message. They don't deal with it at all because the Senate sees himself as, you know, a more important, smarter body than the House. The House is the riffraff, Senate the elites. The Senate didn't bother with this at all. The Sergeant at Arms for the House is a guy named Timothy Blodgett. He's in charge of security. You remember the guy before him got fired by Pelosi after the Capitol riot. Well, anyway, Blodgett on Wednesday said, we don't have any indication of anybody coming to Washington to disturb the Capitol or the House or the Senate. But the next day, okay, then Wednesday morning, Blodgett said that, I think, on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, he changed. He says he's received new and concerning information and intelligence that there may be some militia coming and something, but didn't say what. All right, so all of this is by design. Now, I told you, and it's worth repeating. Every morning in Washington, D.C., on K Street, there is a conference call among progressive groups, right? Sometimes it comes out of the Bonner Group, B-O-N-N-E-R, other groups that are paid money by the far left people, Soros money. Okay, they got a conference call, and maybe they miss a day or two, but it's almost daily. And they put out strategy to the media. The media not on that call. Nobody I know of is on a call in the media. It's progressive groups that are listening in. But they come up with a message, an organized message that's then sent out to the far left media people. And this is what we're doing, this is what's happening. So the QAnon thing was sent out. All right, and then CNN and MSNBC, those people just pick it up, and that's how it gets to you, just so you know what the pipeline is. Now, a little bit more serious than this is the FBI. Jill Sanborn is the assistant director of the FBI's Counterterrorism Division. There she is. Here's what she says. Go.
Looking forward, we assess the domestic violent extremist threat will continue to pose an elevated threat of violence to the U.S. We expect racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists and anti-government, anti-authority violent extremists will very likely pose the greatest domestic terrorism threats throughout 2021, and in fact, leading into 2022.
She didn't say white supremacy or right-wing groups. She just said domestic violent extremists, which of course include Antifa and some Black Lives Matter people. And so I give her credit for that. Now, do I believe that this is a threat to the United States? I do. I mean, all you got to do is look what happened in Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, and Minneapolis, and on and on. That's all you got to do. All right? These people are fully capable on the left, far left, of assassinating police officers, of blowing up buildings, of hurting you. The right-wing extremists, it's the same mindset. We can hurt people that we don't like. But I believe, and almost with 100% certainty, that there are far more far-left terrorists than far-right. But the media is going to hype the far-right threat, which exists. I mean, we don't want to forget about the Oklahoma City bombing and things like that. It exists, all right? But they'll hype that all day long, and they'll play down BLM, Antifa.